YouTube? Thank y'all for tuning in to SYG Visions, where I like to bring your visions to life. First, I want to start off by saying I do apologize for not being able to upload a video for the past week or two. I did try to put out one the other day or so, but I have been dealing with some issues with my grandmother. So please keep her in y'all prayers for me. So I am trying to get back at doing some videos for y'all. So on today's episode, I will be sewing a bonnet. I got this colorful fabric, rainbow. I like color. Once again, it has a satin inside. So that is what my video will be on today. I hope that you are able to take something from this video. Also, thanks for tuning in once again. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and share this video. Let's get it. I'm going to measure out the size of my circle. So I'm going to measure out of 12. I have my fabric double folded, so I'll have a fold here as well as a fold there. A double fold here, a fold there. I measure out to the 12. Probably not gonna see this. Measure out to the 12 again. Still not gonna see this, but I can see what I'm writing at. And then 12 again, or you can actually go make a template with a piece of paper, which I could do that, or you can do it with a stencil, whichever you prefer. Then I'm gonna take my rotary tool. I am going to find my spot, which now I can't see it again. So what I am going to do is right there. And measure this one again to right here. Okay, so let's check it out just to be on the safe side. From there to there's 12. From there to there, I just went in a little too far, but it'd be alright. And 12. Move this fabric to the side. I'm going to bring my purple back out. On this particular piece of fabric, I was not able to cut it the same way as I did the other piece because I did a previous cut out on this piece of fabric, so I didn't have enough space to do the fold. So that is why you see me cutting it differently. If I would have been thinking, I would have done this on a bigger table, but I wasn't expecting to have to cut this piece of fabric like this. But you will be seeing me kind of struggle to cut it on this small table while I'm trying to also keep the cutting board pad up under it as well, because I don't want to mess up my new little table. Cut didn't do right. I'm just going to go back through and fix them. It ain't gotta be perfect. This edge is about to be in the inside anyway. Get this last little piece. And move that fabric out my way. And now should have two pieces that is somewhat the same size. Not like this. I'm a colorful type of a person. So then you want to put like pieces, pretty sides together. So have that. Shoddy side is the good side, dull side is the back side. So pretty sides together. And then line it up. I should have probably kept it the way it was when I cutted it, but it's alright. Up better this way. And just take some pins and pin around. Gap right there. I'm not going to sew. Bring the sewing machine over. I'm using So now we are going to do a stitch around the whole circle, but leaving a 2-inch to 3-inch gap for the opening for when we get ready to turn the fabric right side out. I am using a sewing machine. I do have a serger, but I know most people probably do not have one, so I decided just to use my sewing machine. And yeah, just go around the whole edge, just making sure that you are sewing both pieces of the fabric together and work your way all the way around. I do have a seam allowance gauge on my machine. You can't really see it, but I did mine at like a 1/2 inch, if that, and just went around the whole thing. Also, make sure when you first start off that you do a back stitch, as well as when you finish, do a back stitch. This is to help to make sure the thread does not come undone. So remember to do a back stitch at the beginning and at the end of every time you're doing something. Also, don't forget to leave that opening, because if not, you will have to go back with a seam ripper and rip out a portion of the area so that you can flip this fabric right side out. Now, you do not have to do this part, but since I have so much extra hanging off, I decided to go around with my fabric scissors and cut half of it off. Try not to cut into your actual stitches, but I cut at least half of what was hanging. I do apologize for going out of frame some, but I'm just going to go all the way around until I get completely done. The less that you have hanging, it's more neater for when you flip it inside out. Your edges will lay a little flatter. Where to position my stuff at. So that's all the extra. I just pull it all cut off. So now I'm going to take my opening and I'm going to stick my fingers through there, and I am going to try to go all the way to the other side right here and pull it through. And just keep on feeding it through until you done flipped it right side out. And there you have it. you can go in with your hand if you want to. So I got my hand inside the hole and going around and making sure the edges is pushed all the way out. You just want to make sure it's out on all of it. Now, last time I went ahead and ironed it to get it flat. This time I'm not going to do that. I am just going to go with the flow. Fix as I go. So, depending on the size of your elastic, once again, that's what size your top stitch needs to be. So my elastic is a 1/2 inch. I'm going to give it a little bit extra space so it can be easier for me to get it through. And place it on under here like so. You still want to make sure to leave that open, so about to right there. And as I go around, I am going to be making sure to get it stitch and get going around. And like I said, I am going to make sure to fix my as I go around instead of heat pressing it. Section little by little. Find that halfway mark for a little bit. And then work your way around again. I do appreciate y'all tuning in to SYG Visions. I hope that you was able to learn something today. Maybe you can even make your own bonnet now. I will start selling these on my website. Hopefully it will be launched next month, beginning of the year or the end of next month. I got to do last little finish touches to it, but I just want y'all to know that I do appreciate y'all, the ones that's coming in and showing support. If you're not already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button, like this channel, and share this video. We are almost down here to the end. Make sure when you get to the end that you do your back stitch. and that you don't go into that open area. Cut that little excess piece off, as well as this one. Slide this back some. Okay, now we're gonna do the elastic. I decided to do 20. My circum, my diameter is 24, so I took about 4 off. Let me find my little tool. My little tool to go. Oh, here you go. I'm gonna take the end. I'm gonna put it through there. Pull it through the other side. My opening. And I'm gonna put a clip on this end just in case I ain't paying attention. It won't go all the way in. So you're just gonna stick it in there. Push, then pull, push, then pull, push it in some, then pull. You're just gonna keep doing that until you get all the way to the end. I really hope y'all enjoyed this video. Y'all learned something. Maybe you can start making your own bonnets. I plan on getting a couple of pretty fabrics and start selling these, as well as doing some custom design kind, since I do sublimation. I might do another video on that with me subbing the actual fabric and then making the bonnet. If anyone would like to see that, please leave a comment. I can definitely do that for you. Basically the same process, but instead of having a design already, you will have to design it and print it out and sub onto your polyester fabric. I'm not gonna lie, doing this be making my hands kind of hurt. But we almost at the end. And then there we have it. I've made it to the end, and I done bent my thing up. Try to unhook that from here, unhook that side, bring them together. And what I like to do is sew. So what you want to do is take your two ends of your elastics, put one on top of the other a little bit, and you want to do a stitch to attach them together, and make sure you do a back stitch. I do at least 2. Sometimes I do 3 lines of back stitching, to make sure it's properly attached to each other. Pull it to the side, move that out the way. Now I'm going to cut this excess thread. And I'm going to fluff this around. I forgot to start back recording, but all I did was close the seam right here, that little opening I had. I just did a straight stitch, and for some apparent reason, when I did that top stitch, I left that little open area right here. Don't know what I was thinking. I could have closed it completely around. So I'm gonna go ahead and close it now. So I'm gonna spread out my fabric, and I'm gonna try to push that elastic all the way to the edge as possible, much as possible as I can. And then, like I said, I'm gonna spread it apart. I guess I'm gonna have to just use my fingers and feel for it. I'm gonna try to still line it up to where it's at originally, and I can feel the elastic, so I will know if I am stitching on it or not. So yeah. And like I said, I can feel with the back stitch. Let me make sure my thread is down correctly. Okay, let's try it again. Stick that up under there. Like I said, I can feel where the elastic is. Do a little back stitch. And I'm just gonna stitch until I get to the end of that opening, and then back stitch. Cut that off, move that out the way. And there you have it. You got
got you a bonnet, a colorful, shiny, sparkly bonnet with a satin inside. Now I'm just gonna clean up these threads. And like I said, we done. Well, as you can see, I got braids. So we gonna see how this fits. Take the braids, putting them up in there, and voila.